Hey, ever harvested your microgreens and wondered, how long will they stay fresh? How long do I have to eat them and put them into food? Well, in this video, we're going to uncover that. Stick around because I'm going to spill the beans, how to keep your microgreens lasting as long as possible. And guess what? Later in this video, I'll share a pro tip with you that'll change the way that you store your microgreens to keep them fresher even longer. Hi, I'm Connor with Amelia Island Microgreens. I'm excited to be the go-to place for growing your microgreens. Today I'm here in the library, so if I'm a little bit quieter, that's fine. Our mission is to empower you to gain even better health and food security in just 7 days. So let's get on with it.
Today we're diving into the question, how long will microgreens last? Before you harvest your microgreens, here are a couple of helpful steps. Let your microgreens grow until you're ready to eat them. Then just harvest what you need. This way, your greens stay fresher longer and won't degrade. I'd suggest harvesting all of your greens by day 14 or sooner if they start tasting bitter or showing a third leaf. The exception is peas. They become woody quickly, so harvest them around day 8 to 10. All right, let's talk about harvesting your microgreens. Grab some clean, sharp scissors or a knife and cut the microgreens just above the soil line. Using clean, sharp tools makes the job so much easier and keeps everything nice and tidy. And here's a pro tip. Don't water your microgreens for about 6 hours before you harvest them. This little trick helps keep them super fresh. Happy harvesting! Let's talk about storing your freshly harvested microgreens to keep them at their best. After you cut your microgreens, one of the best ways to store them is in a container with a dry paper towel. Here's why. The paper towel helps absorb any excess moisture, which is key to preventing mold and keeping your greens fresh. Here's how you do it. Grab an airtight container and place a dry paper towel at the bottom. Gently lay your harvested microgreens on top of the paper towel. And if you'd like, add another dry paper towel on top of the greens before sealing the container. This setup helps maintain the right humidity level so your microgreens stay crisp and delicious. Remember, moisture is the enemy when it comes to keeping your greens fresh. Lastly, store the container in the fridge, ideally in the crisper drawer, for optimal freshness. By using this method, your microgreens can stay fresh and tasty for up to 10 days. A crucial tip for keeping your microgreens fresh is to store them in the refrigerator at a consistent, cool temperature. Fluctuations in temperature can cause your microgreens to wilt faster and lose their crispness. Keeping them at a steady, cool temperature helps them stay fresh longer. How do you usually store your microgreens? Here's another important tip for keeping your microgreens fresh. Avoid washing them until you're ready to use them. Here's why this matters. Washing microgreens before storage adds extra moisture, which can speed up spoilage and lead to mold growth. By keeping them dry, you extend their shelf life. Microgreens stay fresh longer when they're dry, so only wash the amount you plan to use right before you eat them. This way, the rest stay in optimal condition in the fridge. If you're looking to extend the freshness of your microgreens even further, consider one of my favorite ways to prolong the benefits of microgreens. Throw them in a dehydrator and make finishing salts with them. Let me break it down for you. First, spread your freshly harvested microgreens evenly on the dehydrator trays. Set your dehydrator to a low temperature, around 95 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and let them dry until they're crispy. This process removes all the moisture while preserving the nutrients and flavor, making finishing salts. Once your microgreens are dehydrated, grind them into a fine powder using a food processor or a spice grinder. Mix the powdered microgreens with sea salt or your favorite finishing salt. I like to use a ratio of about 1 part microgreens to 5 parts salt, but you can adjust this to your taste. The dehydrated microgreens are tiny, but they pack a punch in terms of nutrients and flavor. The best part, when you use them in finishing salts, picky eaters won't even notice. Just sprinkle the finishing salt on your meals, and you'll get all the health benefits of microgreens without altering the taste significantly. By dehydrating your microgreens and turning them into finishing salts, you're not only prolonging their benefits, but also adding a unique, healthy twist to your meals. Give it a try and see how easy it is to incorporate more nutrients into your diet. If these tips have been helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. All right, here's a pro tip. If you wash your microgreens before storing them, give them a quick spin in a salad spinner to remove any excess moisture. This little trick helps keep them fresher for longer. Now that you know how to keep your microgreens fresh, you might be wondering, can microgreens be cooked? Don't worry, I've got a solution for that too. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video where I tackle wilting microgreens. Want to dive even deeper into growing microgreens? Join our free 10-part email series to go from beginner to microgreen grower using my 12 years of growing experience. Head over to AmeliaIslandMicrogreens.com 101 or click the link in the description or pinned comment. Click on the video on your screen right now to learn if you can cook microgreens. I'll meet you over there to show you how to.